Hi, it's Tolly again. Hi. I want to talk to you today about my health and some of the things that's going on in it. If you've watched the previous video, you know I've been diagnosed with fibromyalgia. That's one of my main diagnoses. So that's the one I'm going to talk about today. Fibromyalgia, fibromyalgia, affects different people in different ways. For me, it affects every aspect of my life, from being able to take care of myself to just everything. It hurts my entire body, all my muscles, my joints, my head, my eyes, everything. Please excuse the wind and stuff. I'm very tired today. Wanted to be outside because it's good for me. It's healthy to be outside in the sunshine because of my vitamin D levels being so low. And I did take a suggestion from someone and made myself some sheet notes so I wouldn't forget what I was talking about today. Because that's one of the things about fibromyalgia. It affects your memory and you can forget from one minute to the next what you're going to talk about. But there's no cure at all for fibromyalgia. Fibromyalgia is classified as widespread pain throughout your entire body, affecting all your muscles and your joints, but it's not, it's, can't remember the word, I'm sorry. It doesn't progress to where it destroys the muscles and joints, but I have a condition that does. I'll go into more detail about that in another video. Fibromyalgia can migrate to all parts of your body and vary in intensity. Fibromyalgia pain has been described as stabbing, shooting, deep muscular aching, throbbing, twitching, burning. Neurological complaints as numbness, tingling, and it affects the weather. I can't talk today. Sorry about that. I keep getting tongue-tied. The weather and humidity, whether the weather's hot or cold, raining, sun shining, everything affects how a person with fibromyalgia feels. The more physical activity, the more tired you are. Just thinking, even if you're just thinking, laying around all day, it's mentally exhausting and physically exhausting. You have lots and lots of fatigue. But it's much more than just being tired. It just takes all your energy and you feel drained all the time. You know how when you go walking for a while or you're exercising, you get tired, you rest for a little while, you feel fine. Well, I can rest all day plus the next day and I'm still just as tired and weak. Sometimes I can't even raise my arms to brush my own hair. I had to have Champa do it for me. It affects your sleep. Some days I don't sleep at all. Some days I sleep all day. I have problems falling asleep because I'm hurting. I have problems falling asleep because I just can't get my body to relax. Other things that people could have is IBS, which is irritable bowel syndrome, headaches, migraines, restless leg syndrome, impaired memory and concentration, which we like to call fibrovog, skin sensitivities, and rashes. Some of us break out in rashes, whether it's from the heat, the cold, stress, for no reason at all. We'll have rashes. Sometimes bruises that just appear for no reason. We don't have to bump into anything, nothing at all. It just appears. Dry eyes, which makes your eyes hurt a lot. Dry mouth, which causes you to be thirsty a lot. Anxiety, depression, which it is depressing to live with this disease. Ringing in the ears, dizziness, vision problems, Raynaud's syndrome, neurological symptoms, which I have some of those going on, and I'll go into more detail in another video. I don't want to make this one too long. Impaired coordination, difficulty falling asleep, tension headaches, migraine headaches, irritability, mood swings where you're happy one minute, crying or angry the next, and have no idea why. I do that quite often, and it can cause problems in your relationship. Joint stiffness, but not exactly like the stiffness of an arthritis. You just hurts to move. If you still have your menstrual period, it has painful menstruation. Your feet can be painful, tingling, burning. Just hurts to put them on the ground or have anything touch them. You can have jaw, mouth, and face tenderness, numbness, tingling of your extremities, of your arms, legs, hands, fingers, toes, any of that. Very sensitive to temperature, sensitive to loud noises or bright lights, hence my glasses, the lights. The sunlight hurts my eyes, makes it burn. You have increased urination, or you have to go to the bathroom a lot more or a lot less, irritable bladder. Sometimes you lose the sensation of having the urge anyway, and you have to use self-catheters. Everything feels swollen, but it's not actually swollen. It just has the tightness and feeling of being swollen. You can have abdominal pain, bloating, nausea, constipation with with diarrhea alternating. You can have GERD, which is gastrointestinal reflux disease. Please forgive my pronunciations. You can have passing excessive amounts of gas either by belching or the other way. We all know what that embarrassing way is. Forgetfulness, lack of concentration, difficulty remembering or performing simple tasks. Mood swings, lots of anxiety, being nervous. You have sensitivity to some of the things such as odors, just things you normally would have loved cooking, such as the smell of bacon. But I can't eat that anymore, and the smell of it makes me sick to my stomach. Sensitivity to noises, bright lights, medications, certain foods, cold, hot, wet, damp, which I think I mentioned before. Other things, you just give out a breath easy. You feel like you're being left out, which sometimes I do. I feel like I'm being left out of things with my family and with Champa, because he's still can go enjoy life. I try to, but I can't go on all the hikes we used to go on and the ghost hunts and shopping, working out in the yard, just enjoying life. I can't do it anymore. My mind went blank. Even though I have cheat notes, my mind went blank. But that's just a few of the things that I mentioned today, is some of the things that people with fibromyalgia go through. If you have a family member that's always saying they're tired, take them seriously. They may actually be tired. They could have fibromyalgia or chronic fatigue syndrome, lupus. There's many things out there that could cause extreme fatigue. But if they rest and they're still tired and their body's hurting, make sure they get to a doctor in time. Me, I waited too long. I kept thinking I had the flu, just couldn't get any energy, thought I was overworking myself. Ended up almost dying. Something inside of me had ruptured and causing hemorrhaging. I had to have blood transfusion. And then after that, hysterectomy because of the fibroids that ruptured. On top of that, I had large masses in my breast that formed because of overworking and stress and the things that was being done to my body. It's just been a cycle over and over and over. And just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. But anyway, I hope you have a restful and peaceful day. Sorry the video was so long, and please forgive me for my quietness, my stumbling, my slurred speech, my twisted mouth. Any complaints you have, please forgive me. I feel bad enough for how I am. I don't need anybody pointing it out to me. But thanks, and if you really want to get to know me and know what life is like with my condition, please subscribe. Sometimes you'll have some funny videos of things like my grandchildren and other things. I try to put everything about my life. I try not to keep it all depressing. I still want to live my life. I still want to enjoy it. So if you want to see me do that, and help cheer me on, please subscribe and let me know. Thank you. See you next time.